When you choose to homeschool, you find yourself now in two modes. You've got parent and homeschooling parent. Each of them overlap, but they also have their very individual sides. And you're now two people, but you're really just one, or is that just me? Yes, there is this part of you that's like, might need to step up at times as like the more teacher school person. And that actually might be different to who you are as like everyday normal you. And really can feel a little like a trapeze act when you are balancing like on this thin wire and hoping, just hoping that you are not going to fall. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for joining me today. So question, how do you know like when to be mum and like when to be teacher mum? This is something that I can still struggle with. It can be hard to like just snap out of one mode and like enter another. Especially like for me, if like I'm like focused on like we're getting the schoolwork done and like I'm teaching and I'm in teacher mode and I can just snap out. And then like there's that teaching side, but then there's also like this home life side. And like, can I balance like, well, I'm teaching, but then there's everything else that needs to be done around the house. Like, is it possible to balance that out, or is it just a pipe dream? Is this a question that you have? Maybe you have searched it and that's how you have found this video. And if you have, thank you so much for watching. And for all my faithful viewers and subscribers, thank you for watching and for your likes and your subscribes and for your comments. So are there some things that we can do to like balance this homeschool life and this home life? Yes, there are. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming, okay? Here's the encouraging part. It is not overwhelming and we can balance it. Keep it simple. Also known as lower your expectations. I have had it said to me several times that you can have a clean house or you can homeschool, but not both. And it was actually very helpful to me. Now, I know that there are people out there that go, yes, you can have a clean house and you can homeschool and you can be successful in both. And yes, you can. But I think that they were sort of like missing that point that hearing that can be so helpful, that it's okay to not have the clean house, like fully perfectly clean while we are homeschooling. I think it's helpful to everybody. We just need to keep it simple, because if we keep pushing ourselves to have everything perfect, we will burn out. So like, let's lower those expectations so that we have like this balance. Do I think that my housekeeping was any better than before we started homeschooling? Well, no. But then we've always had, since the girls that came along and were creating messes, like lots of crafts, lots of games, lots of activities going on. We still have all of that. Craft messes are a constant daily, dare I say nightmare? Nope. No, they are not a nightmare. They are a daily occurrence. And they are something that just happens and explodes. And I've learned, don't clean it up until the end of the day, because otherwise you're going to clean it up several times, because they will cycle from that to another activity to another, and then they will come back. I have to keep my expectations simple. I've just decided that we will clean up before dinner or before bed. We cannot just keep going at it throughout the day, because it ruins everybody's peace. And then all of a sudden, nobody or our house is just not fun to be around. This might not be everybody's cup of tea. I know that. Like, some people love to have several times of cleaning throughout the day. Not me. We keep it simple. We do it once a day. And then as well with the other parts of the housework, I actually just pick what I'm going to do each day. Laundry might be one day, like bathrooms might be another day. Up the kitchen, like just a really good deep, more than just like the tidying up. For me, I can't do it all every day. So I keep it simple. So we can balance this by keeping it simple and perhaps by lowering our expectations. Get the help you need. Oh, there is no shame at all in getting help around the house or with your homeschooling. And guess what? Your kids can help. Do you need a helper, like a mother's helper, a parent helper, to come in a couple of hours a day so that you can get some things done, like to come and play with your kids or maybe do some of those little things? Do you need someone like to come and maybe clean your house like twice a month? Look, it all depends on our needs and on our finances. Like, I get that. But we don't have to do it alone. And if we are struggling with that balancing act, then it is great to get the help that we need. And get your children involved doing different things, like whether it's unstacking the dishwasher, putting away laundry, even learning how to use the washing machine. And the older they get, the more they can do. Make this part of homeschooling day. This is life skills. It is not all on you as the homeschooling parent and the parent. We've got both. And it's not on you to be doing everything every day for everyone. Have boundaries. An important thing to do as we work on this balancing act of home life and homeschooling is to have boundaries. Yes, they are important in all aspects of our lives. But as we deal with homeschool and home life, there always seems to be this never-ending list to do or expectations upon you. So learn to say maybe. Learn to say yes when it works for you and it suits you. And learn to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed or you feel it's just going to distract you or take away from what you were trying to achieve at home. Totally okay to say no. You might be able to do it and you might want to do it, but you might need a break. So just say no. Maybe your boundary is to say no to anything that is asked of you, like extra in the mornings. We just don't do anything extra in the mornings. Maybe your boundary is to say no to any additional things on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays. Look, whatever your boundary looks like for you, it has to work for you. Yes, as I say, do what works for you. And don't feel any sort of shame for saying no when you can't do something or you don't want to do something. Shame is only going to increase any imbalance that you might have in this homeschool and home life. Give yourself grace. It is so important to give yourself grace. Life has so many things that come our way. Like here, we are modern age. We seem to be adding more things. Even with all of this technology, we're adding more things. And it feels like we end up with more and it just wears us down. So give yourself grace. It is okay to say we're not going to do any schoolwork today and we're going to ignore the housework. We're going to sit and snuggle and watch movies and just get some rest. It's also okay to be using paper plates for a season if the thought of having to wash up more dishes just feels like so overwhelming. There is grace in that, and we are okay. I know I used to feel terrible when I would get a migraine and I'm in my bed for the day and the girls are just fending for themselves because I'm in bed and my husband's not home. Here they are just watching TV and eating snacks all day. There was so much shame that I had upon myself. I'm failing them today. I'm failing them. And it was certainly not helping me to get better from the migraine because I'd be thinking, I've got to get up and I've got to do this. And it just wasn't. As for my girls, they all thought it was a wonderful day. Oh, look, we love TV. We love snacks. And even though that, they knew that we would have to try to catch up later on, maybe do double of a few things. Really, they were totally okay. It is so easy for guilt to take over and upturn our lives. Ooh, look at these perfect people. They've got clean houses and well-dressed children and balanced meals and schoolwork being done in such beautiful and happy ways. But I bet they're not perfect. They're just showing us a glimpse of the good days. And we don't need to take all of that on. Okay? We can use it to encourage us. This is a good day. I can strive for it. But in this, let's give ourselves grace. Remember your whys. Now, this is not you are wise, though you are. This is your why, your reason why for doing it. I think it's vitally important that we know our whys. In fact, I think it's the first thing that we should do when we're starting our homeschooling. Why am I doing this? Okay, I know, because then we have something that we can fall back on and that we can just feel good about and just remind ourselves on those rough days when that balancing act just feels a little too hard. Okay, we come back to our whys. We remembered, why did I start this? Oh, this is what I hope for this. This is my impetus. This is my drive. This is what I want for my kids. Come back to that and remember your whys. Now, the balancing act, yes, it can be tricky at times. And it's okay that it's tricky at times. Nothing is perfect. But remember, you are not alone in this. Every homeschooling family has to go through this balancing act of home life and homeschool life. And really, the good days far outweigh the bad for everyone. That's what I believe. Yes, we have bad days, but when we hold onto a handful of bad days and allow us that to bring us down, then it's not going to help us. Let's focus on that good days and know that we can get there. Maybe we have to come back to our whys. Maybe we have to simplify things. Maybe we just need to learn to say no more. Okay? We can do this, and we will be able to balance home life and homeschooling life. Well, thank you so much for watching today, and thank you for being part of this learning life. If you want to help get these videos out there, you can. I invite you, and you can do that by becoming a champion. So you can check that out at patreon.com or at my website, LearningThis.Life.